The ultimate decision made by Prince William to prohibit Camilla's son following the warning given by Princess Anne. Princess Anne's astonished warning to Prince William and King Charles about Camilla and her son's behavior in recent times is a violation of royal etiquette. Prince William's brave move, eventually removing Camilla's family from the Christmas Eve guest list amid royal tensions at the last minute before the event, is a violation of royal protocol. Despite the fact that drama is nothing new to the British royal family, the Christmas celebrations this year have taken an unexpected turn, according to a source who has information of the situation close to the royal situation. In reaction to Queen Consort Camilla's daring demand that her family, including her son Tom Parker Bowles, be included on the guest list for Christmas Eve, Prince William, who is backed by Princess Anne, has apparently taken a courageous move against the demand. It is said that Camilla has experienced emotions of betrayal as a result of the choice, which has resulted in a heated quarrel among the royal family. This dispute has been brought about by the choice. Both astonishment and betrayal flooded Camilla's gut. Camilla was apparently left in a state of perplexity as a result of the efforts taken by Prince William and Princess Anne to exclude Camilla's relatives from the official guest list for the Christmas party that the royal family will be hosting at Sandringham. According to a person who is familiar with the matter, according to sources, Camilla considers their actions to be a form of retaliation against her, because she is under the impression that the contributions she has given to the royal family over the course of her life are being diminished. According to the insider, Camilla knows that she has been betrayed. Camilla has the mistaken belief that she is being singled out by someone, despite the fact that she has made significant sacrifices in order to maintain her status within the family. In addition to the therapy that Princess Catherine is receiving for cancer, the royal family has been going through a year of personal challenges, which has contributed to the strain that they are experiencing. Camilla's sentiments of alienation and irritation have become even more severe, and the only reason for this is that the timing of the situation brought them about. The anxieties and concerns that William has with regard to Camilla's family. There is a more significant issue with Camilla's family, specifically with her son Tom Parker Bowles, which is the origin of Prince William's anticipated concerns. William reportedly questioned King Charles about the legitimacy of the request after the publishing of a guest list that featured Camilla's ex-husband and grandchildren. The list was published after the publication of the guest list. There were rumors that Tom had disclosed sensitive information about the royal family and publicly insulted both Prince Harry and William. As a result of these reports, William's reservations regarding Tom became somewhat more acute. It is widely held that Tom Parker Bowles divulged secret information concerning the royal family, which is one of the most significant factors contributing to the controversy. According to some who are aware with the situation, William considers this to be a breach of trust that not only damages the carefully maintained public image that the family has developed, but also causes friction inside the family. There are allegations that the leaks included concerns about the way in which William and Harry handled their stepmother, Camilla. This is in addition to the fact that the disclosures further exacerbate existing feelings. According to a source who wishes to remain anonymous, William finds Tom's behavior to be not just naive, but also purposefully rude. Not only does Tom's conduct break the family's tradition, but they also violate the family's tradition. When it comes to Tom's activities, there is little doubt that this is not the first time that they have generated a stir in the town. William considers Tom's public utterances to be both self-serving and controversial. Tom has made several statements during the course of his life. Although Tom makes a number of attempts to portray himself as a caring outsider, William is of the belief that Tom's remarks weaken the unity of the family. This is despite the fact that Tom makes some of these efforts. The behavior of Tom has consistently been in conflict with William's vision for the royal family, according to a further individual who is aware of the situation. Regarding William, the monarchy is a matter of dignity and wisdom, and Tom's actions, regardless of whether they were deliberate or not, are in direct contrast to these ideals. This is the case regardless of whether or not Tom's actions were intentional. This option is the best one available. There are reports that imply that the situation became more serious when important royals such as Princess Anne made a commitment to abstain from attending the Christmas celebrations while Camilla's family was actually present. After being subjected to a great deal of pressure, King Charles ultimately gave his approval to the decision to exclude Camilla's family during the very last moment. Quote, "The choice was also affected by events that occurred earlier in the year. It has been alleged that Princess Anne issued a warning to both King Charles and William in the year 2024, during the time that William was recovering from an illness, criticizing what she perceived to be Camilla's manipulation of the situation. As a result of Camilla's purported attempts to obtain influence over the decisions that the king made during this time period, the royal family experienced an increase in the amount of tension that existed within the establishment. Princess Anne's principal concern in issuing her warning was that Camilla's increasing interference was causing the royal family to lose its cohesiveness and traditions. This was the primary fear that Princess Anne had. Throughout her statements, she emphasized the prospect of a backlash from the general public and that Camilla's actions, if they were allowed to go unchecked, might potentially bring about the overthrow of the monarchy. In addition, Anne brought to William's attention the potential dangers that could arise from enabling Camilla and her family to amass an excessive amount of authority. This was of utmost significance during the period in which the monarch was in a precarious position as a consequence of his illness. William strengthened his attitude against Tom, who is Camilla's son, after paying attention to these warnings and allowing them to influence his decision. But prior transgressions committed by Tom, such as leaks and public criticisms, in conjunction with Anne's observations, ultimately resulted in William making the bold decision to forbid Tom from attending any future royal events. Anne's observations were the driving force behind this decision. This action was performed by William in order to establish limits and reinforce the boundaries that are already there within the royal family, according to persons who are aware of the situation. The fact that this decision appears to be reasonable does not change the fact that it has made the division that previously existed within the family much more pronounced. Camilla expressed her displeasure with the omission in a private conversation with King Charles, viewing it as a personal attack. She also expressed her disgust with the incident. Camilla is experiencing feelings of exclusion. It has been reported that she has claimed that the move is a serious argument since it goes against the hard effort that she has put in over the years to integrate herself into the royal family. Confrontation of King Charles has had a particularly tough time coming to terms with the decision to remove Camilla's relatives from the event. The feelings of betrayal that Camilla experiences, as well as her desire to include her family in royal traditions, are something that he, as Camilla's husband, comprehends and recognizes. Charles is said to have privately voiced his unhappiness at being forced to choose between his son and his wife, as reported by various sources. According to one of the individuals, Charles is under the notion that he is being forced to choose between his personal commitment to Camilla and his role as king. This circumstance is going to be really upsetting for him. Over the course of a considerable amount of time, Charles has been a staunch advocate for the idea of a monarchy that is more accepting of all parts of society and that takes into account the shifting dynamics of modern families. On the other side, the conventional beliefs that William and Princess Anne hold have proven to be in direct opposition to his desire to offer support to Camilla's family. It was claimed by the source that Charles is torn between two different choices. In spite of the fact that he is aware of William's concerns with the maintenance of the monarchy's reputation, he is also conscious of the fact that it is his obligation to ensure that Camilla and her family do not have sentiments of being excluded. It has been reported that Charles, who is in a state of extreme anxiety, has endured a great lot of suffering as a consequence of the widening distance. It has been said that Charles has spent a significant amount of time attempting to mediate between William and Camilla, but his attempts have frequently been unsuccessful. This information comes from persons that are very close to the monarch. It has been seen by one of the assistants working at the palace that Charles is navigating a vulnerable scenario. In addition to making certain that the monarchy continues to be powerful and cohesive, he is also working to maintain the unity that exists inside the family. The connection that exists between William and Camilla is one that is fraught with tension. The fact that Prince William and Camilla have a difficult emotional connection with one another is something that is all too well known. Over the course of his whole existence, Camilla has been a constant reminder of the suffering that his mother is going through. The combination of her presence, her caustic temperament, and her sense of entitlement has resulted in friction that has persisted for extended periods of time. It has been suggested by many with knowledge of the situation that William harbors a profound resentment for his stepmother, despite the fact that the public may seem to perceive a veneer of polite behavior on the surface. One who specializes in royal matters made the observation that their connection has always been precarious. Because William has a strong feeling of attachment to his late mother, Princess Diana, it is challenging for him to fully accept Camilla for the reasons stated above. The well-known love triangle that involved King Charles, Diana, and Camilla serves as the basis for the history of William and Camilla. The dissolution of his parents' marriage during William's childhood was a topic of controversy that was closely watched by the public. Camilla was frequently at the center of the turmoil that was occurring. The famous declaration made by Diana, which stated that there were 3 of us in this marriage, was the one that brought to light the emotional toll that the marriage had taken on the family. It has been reported that William had a tough time accepting his stepmother, even after Charles and Camilla tied the wedding in 2005. In the beginning, he was against their marriage because he was worried that Camilla would be able to overshadow Diana's legacy, and about the possibility that she would have an effect on his father. There is a possibility that the appearance of Tom Parker Bowles may be regarded as contentious. In a substantial chunk of William's antagonism to Camilla's relatives, Tom Parker Bowles serves as the focal point of the aforementioned opposition. Tom, a gourmet writer who is well known for his colorful manner, and William's idea for a modern and dignified monarchy have frequently come into conflict with one another. But what does it mean to respect the dead? It would appear that William considers Tom's public pranks and statements in the media to be self-serving and harmful to the reputation of the royal family. I heard from a reliable source that William considers Tom to be a liability. At this point, it would appear that his participation in royal rituals is producing complications that are not essential. As a result of Tom's disclosure of sensitive information about the royal family, which depicted William and Harry in a negative light, it is reported that William's anger reached its peak. Not only did the revelations trigger feelings of embarrassment inside the family, but they also gave the impression that William's leadership and intentions were questionable. The information provided by a reliable source indicated that this was more than just a breach of trust for William. It was a challenge to his position as the potential ruler of the years to come. Tom's attempts to defend his acts by stating that they were for the safety of his mother were dishonest, according to William, who believed what Tom was saying. William's view that Tom's presence in royal circles was detrimental was increased as a result of these events. According to the insider, William has always been extremely reserved when it comes to protecting the privacy and reputation of his family. William has never been a criminal in his life. However, William was unable to disregard Tom's behavior because it went beyond the acceptable range. Storyteller Tom James Bloom, though the repercussions that are more widespread in nature. One example that illustrates the ongoing power dynamics within the royal family is the fact that Camilla's family was not asked to take part in the Christmas celebrations. This is an example of how such power dynamics continue to exist. Not only does it illustrate William's growing authority as the future king, but it also illustrates his dedication to preserving the monarchy's standing in the eyes of the people. The fact that Charles has made the decision to remove Annabel Elliot, Camilla's sister, from a lucrative contract with the Duchy of Cornwall in 2019 is yet another piece of proof that he is making an effort to restrict Camilla's power. A wide variety of reactions have been received from members of the general populace in response to the controversy. There are a great number of people who are sympathetic to William's point of view, and they believe that his actions are an important step in the process of maintaining royal traditions. On the other hand, there are many who believe that Camilla's exclusion is an act of hostility that undermines her position as queen consort. An authority on the hierarchy of the royal family in the United Kingdom, Hilary Fordwich, stated that despite the fact that Camilla has exerted a great deal of effort to achieve her position within the royal family, this circumstance illustrates the long-standing conflicts that have not been resolved. Within the context of his duties as a father, it is essential for King Charles to find a delicate balance between his dedication to his wife and his obligations to his children. A quarrel that has not been resolved inside the House of Windsor has been brought to light by the fact that Camilla's family was not placed on the guest list for the Christmas celebrations that the royal family is organizing. His bold action demonstrates that Prince William is committed to preserving the history of the monarchy, even if it means exacerbating private divisions. This is evident from the fact that he has taken this action. At this point in time, the public can only conjecture about how this most recent chapter in the royal family will conclude. The tensions that have arisen as a result of Camilla's family being excluded are likely to continue after Christmas and will continue to have an impact on the royal household for many years to come. In the meantime, we ask that you kindly share your ideas with us, and we bid you farewell.